What you guys, got another video here for you. In this one we're going to be taking a look at how to remove master boot record ransomware from the system. Now what happens is you're at your desktop surfing the web looking for a bit of porn, and all of a sudden you get your file and you click on it, and what happens is you get shut down, and then the master boot record gets changed and then you can't get into your system. This is pretty common. People fall for it all the time, so let's give it a go and see how we're going to remove it. Now there is quite a different ways to remove this, but we're going to be using some tools that are free, like Mini Tool Partition Wizard, and also just manually booting into a live CD and removing the file. So let's have a look in action. I'm going to click on this. Now you get prompted to install something. We agree to that, and then you'll get shut down and you'll be greeted with master boot record virus. And when you boot up, this is exactly what's going to happen. You're just going to then suddenly get this Microsoft Security Essentials and then a load of Russian writing here, and it's asking you to enter a code. Now the code that you enter in here will be changed randomly, so I will put the code up on the screen here, but it may work for you, it may not. It always changes, it's randomized, and you're going to have a few problems to try and get into the system. Okay, now it doesn't matter what you try to do here, whether you try to reboot to safe mode with networking or command prompt, it won't allow you. You're completely locked out, and this is the whole purpose of this ransom. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to remove it. We're going to be using some free tools. So I'm going to reboot the system to our CD of Mini Tool Partition Wizard. So let's do that right now. You can use a Windows CD as well. If you watch some of my other videos, you'll know how to do that. So we're going to boot this up now. We're going to select the top one. Now this is a free tool to download. Okay, so then we're going to click on one here. This is just the resolution. Okay, so now we're at this Mini Tool Partition Wizard here. It's the free version, as you can see, and you can see there's a disk 1 here, and there's also a system reserved, and also another one which is where all your programs and files are. Okay, if we right click on this and explore that, you will see all your programs and files on there. Okay, so let's go ahead and rewrite the master boot record. So I'm going to click on the actual disk here, and if I right click on this as well, you get a load of tools coming up, and you can see rebuild the MBR, and that's the one we need. Okay, now if you are running XP, you will need to click on the repair boot.ini file. Okay, this is totally different to Windows 7 and Vista, so this is for Vista and 7. We're going to click on this one, and you see it's added an operation, a pending operation here. So we're going to come up to the top here and click on apply, agree to that and say yes, and that's the actual master boot record successfully written. Now if I try to reboot the system now, what happens is it will lock at the actual Windows splash screen. I'll show you what I mean, and that's because there is a file on here, and I'll show you exactly where that is. So if I explore this drive, come down to where it says users and then the account. Okay, I'm going to come to app data here, and then local. Inside temp there is a file that we need to remove, which is this file. Okay, this is the file x2z8.exe, and that is the file we need to remove from the system before it reboots. Okay, so let's exit out of the system, and we just go up to general here and then click exit and reboot the system, and what will happen is it will hold at the splash screen. So let's exit this. Okay, so we get the startup windows, and then nothing happens. and that's because that file was still on the system. So what we need to do is reboot the system into a live CD to rid this from the system, and we should be able to reboot. So let's go boot into Hiren's boot CD and remove this. So I'm just going to quickly reboot to Hiren's. Now you can use whatever live CD you like. It doesn't really matter as long as you can get to this file and delete it, i.e. Linux, Puppy Linux, anything like that, anything you want. Okay. So I'm going to reboot into my Hiren's boot CD, come down to the Mini XP tool here, Windows XP, and we're going to boot this up. It shouldn't take too long. And now we're at the desktop here of our live CD. Yours may be something different. If you're using that, that's fine. I'm going to come into my computer here and look for the drive that has got our files on it, which is in this case D now. It's been renamed there. So we're going to come down to users and then the account that's infected, app data, and then local, and then we want to go into temp here, and in there you can see the culprit. It's there. Okay, that's the file we need to rid off the system. I'm going to right click on that and delete that file. Okay, so now we've done that, we can close this off and we can exit out of here and reboot the system, remove the CD or USB thumb drive and reboot, and we should be able to get to the desktop. Let's restart. Okay, so now we're starting her up again, and now we should get our Windows to boot. And voila, we're going up to the desktop. Pretty straightforward. And there you are. There's our file that's caused the problems. We can remove this from the system. Don't need that. And that's basically how you remove that from the system. Now I would also run Malware-bytes, Hitman Pro and other tools as well. I'd run those on the system to make sure everything is being cleaned off. But let's get that now. Okay, so I've took the liberty of downloading and installing these already to save time, and you just need to run these on the system to make sure there's nothing left behind, i.e. remnants on the system from that infection. And what we'll do here is do a quick scan, make sure you update first, and there should still be some sort of remnants left behind on the system, and what we'll do is run scans until everything comes up clean. And already we can see an infection there. Okay, that's the scan now finished. Show the results, and as you can see, bootkit ransomware, and we're going to remove that from the system. And you can see the file there. It's been quarantined. Reboot the system. Okay, we're going to give a Hitman Pro a quick blast here. Okay, so no threats have now been found. That's all been removed from the system, and you want to continue to run other scans and do other checks just to make sure everything's missing from the system, i.e. proxy settings and stuff like that, host files. Or just go along and just check everything and run some other scans on the system, okay, to make sure everything's been removed. But I think that's about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. My name is Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. If you enjoy these videos, guys, subscribe and also rate and favourite my video, and I'll be doing more videos again in the future. So thanks again, and thanks for your support. Bye for now.